You dream of studying at a top university, building an international career, or starting a new life abroad. But first, you need the right English test. Fast, fair, and recognized worldwide. That's where the PTE Pearson Test of English comes in, and Happy Learning Academy is here to help you make it happen. Welcome to HLA, the only English language academy in the Philippines offering a dedicated PTE preparation course. With expert teachers, personal coaching, and supportive community, this is the place where your dreams turn into real achievements. Stay with us till the end to see how your journey to success could begin here at Happy Learning Academy, and why PTE might be the best choice for you. On the first Monday, all new students must undergo the entrance test. PTE students will take full PTE test. All parts, all tasks, all conditions will be as in the official examination. And right now, I will also take it to show you what does it look like, to give my comments and my impression on the first ever PTE test. So, let's go! Mass strandings of whales are a recurring issue in Australia and New Zealand. So I've just finished my PTE entrance test, the full test. It took around 2 hours maybe a little bit more. Well, I already got the results and they are on the screen, but we'll talk about it a little bit later. So my first impression on the test, I can compare it to IELTS because I tried IELTS exam a few years ago, and for me the PTE test was a little bit easier, but still anyway you need some time for preparation because you need to get used to the format, to tasks, to some structures, and so some parts were really easy for me, but some parts were really difficult because you just don't know how to answer, you don't know what to do, and you're just trying to improvise because that was my first test ever, first PTE test ever, and I just tried to do it from scratch. Like a completely new student who arrived at HLA, and I just tried to do my entrance test. So it was interesting. I would say that the difficulty of the test is kind of medium, so you still need some time for preparation, and if your level is already intermediate, I guess with the preparation, with the proper coaching from teacher at HLA, you will be able to get your desired score maybe a little bit faster than if you choose IELTS test, but it depends, of course, it depends. For some people, the format of PTE test might be difficult because you really need to pay attention to your pronunciation because the test is fully computer-based, so it is assessed by AI, so people do not check your answers, so that's why when you speak, you need to pay attention to your pronunciation to pronounce words or sentences clearly. So that is also the sphere, the field you need to work on when you're here at school at Happy Learning Academy. We just finished our group class for the PTE course, and during group classes, all group classes will be mainly dedicated to some basic general things like grammar, vocabulary, refreshing some of your knowledges or acquiring new knowledges in grammar, which will be useful for you during your PTE test. So the group classes won't be much dedicated to the PTE itself, but to the general English, some main important stuff which will help you to get through the test. Well, I finished my one-on-one individual class, and for PTE students, all individual classes will be dedicated to the test. and mainly most of them will be held on computer or with using your smartphones or laptops, because the test is computer based, so you always need to practice the test, to check your results, to check your to practice all the parts on computer and check your answers, correct your mistakes with the teacher. Also, you will be given a book, a special book, which is a kind of guideline on PTE, where you will have all the recommendations, all the structures, how to answer that or another question, and teachers will always help you, explain everything to you. And so every second week of your course you will have the full mock test, so you can check on your progress to understand if you're making any better. But I bet you will make the progress here, because you will have a lot of time for preparation, a lot of individual classes, which is really good because it's all fully 50 minutes, all dedicated to yourself, to you, so you can practice, you can ask questions. So, and you can progress and improve your English and improve your PTE score as well. So, I got my test results, and now we're gonna talk about it a little bit more detailed. First of all, the maximum score in PTE test is 90 points. So, and my overall score is 69. You will see my score details on the screen. My overall score is 69, and this total score formed as average of all your 4 skills, like listening, reading, speaking, and writing. So we can see that for listening, I got 73 points, for reading, 76 points, 58 points for speaking, and 69 points for writing. So, according to the PTE scoring system, 69 points is a B2 level, which is upper intermediate, and I need 6 or 7 more points to become a C1 level. So we can say that my level is kind of B2 plus or upper intermediate plus, which I think is an appropriate evaluation of my level. It is true, so this is how I feel and this is what I expected from the test. The surprise was maybe speaking part, because speaking part actually is my strongest part and I can speak fluently. But here, according to the test results, we can see that speaking is the lowest skill for me, and it is both surprising and not. Because surprising because I thought that I can do speaking easily, but not surprising because when I started to do speaking part, I realized that it's really difficult to do with no preparation. And I did all the tests just for my first time. It was my first ever attempt, and so I didn't practice it before. And speaking part was really difficult because you need to get used to the format of the test. You need to know the tasks. So, and that's why preparation is needed. Even though I think that PTE test is not very difficult, still you need some preparation, and that one happened to myself. So my speaking level is kind of low here. And we can also see on the next screen a little bit more details about each section of the test. For example, so you can see here every single task that you had during the test, for example, speaking right now, and you can see how many points did you get for every single task. And if you see that one of the tasks is really bad, you may open it and you may retry it. You may talk and discuss with your teacher so they can help you. They will explain your mistakes. You will try it one more time. I mean, not an official test, but here in Happy Learning Academy during your preparation period, because on official tests, of course, you will not get any chances to redo your test. For writing part, we can see that I had 3 tasks for writing, and I got 5 points out of 7 for the first task. I got 3.75 out of 7 points for the second one, and for essay I got just 6.5 out of 15, which is not really good results. But this is also, one more time, that's why you need preparation, because that's why you need to know the structure. You need to follow the instructions, how to write this task, how to write essay, how not to make the mistakes and everything. So that's why I think if I had a little bit of preparation before I took the test, my results would be higher. The next also reading, you may see through the reading tasks. So where you did it 100% well, where you did some mistakes. And the listening part is also the same thing. You can understand which tasks were correct, which tasks were wrong. I also want to tell that during the PTE test, you don't have like separate sections for each skill, because in first section it is speaking and listening skill at the same time. In the second section it is writing and reading skills at the same time, and so on. So you have 4 sections, and in every single section different skills are assessed. So that's what's the difference between PTE and IELTS, for example. So for what I think, really, if we convert my score, 69 points, into IELTS scale, it will be like IELTS band 7.0. And I did the test really from scratch. And I can give you 100% that there is no way I can go right now and take IELTS exam and get 7.0, because it's more difficult. And I need just a little bit more points, PTE points, to get the equivalent of IELTS 7.5. And if I want to go through IELTS test to get 7.5, I will probably need at least 2 months of preparation, and I can get the same result, the equivalent of that result, with the PTE test much faster. So that's why I recommend you to think about PTE course. If you need official English language examination, I recommend you to think about PTE course, because maybe it is the best choice for you to achieve your results a little bit more faster than if you take IELTS. Also, let's look at the sample of schedule which you will have when you arrive at Happy Learning Academy for PTE preparation course. Once completed the entrance test, you will get your results and you will get the schedule. So it's also be on your screen right now. So according to this schedule, you will have 5 one-on-one individual classes. They will be either on computer, or maybe using your laptop, or using a smartphone, or just like a regular class. But anyway, during your preparation period, you will also have computer-based classes, so you can get prepared for computer-based test. And also you will have 3 group classes. Group classes will be like in small groups, and they will be dedicated to general English topics, or grammar, vocabulary, and so on. And so you will improve your general knowledge of English language, which also will help you to go through the test successfully. And the daily timetable looks like this. So you'll have breakfast starting from 7 a.m. and you'll have dinner starting from 6 p.m. and between that you have classes. They may be different. It's not like in this schedule they will go one by one, first go on all individual classes. No, they may be differently placed, but it doesn't matter. So you have 5 individual classes, 3 group classes, and 1 like media activity class, just to have a little bit of rest, to enjoy and still study English language. So the PTE test is an official English language examination, recognized worldwide, and might be a good alternative for IELTS. Because I know that IELTS tests sometimes may be difficult for many students and confusing. And from the students' experience and from my own experience, I can say that PTE sometimes is easier. So you may expect to achieve a desired necessary score in a shorter period of time. Of course, if you're a beginner in English language, you'd better start with a general English course to improve your basic skills first, and then you may switch to a PTE preparation course. Because in order to be placed on this course, you must get a minimum score of 30 points on your entrance PTE test. This is not a very high score. However, it will show that you already have necessary skills, and you will be able to get all the benefits from preparation program at Happy Learning Academy. And also, do not forget that if you don't need any international English examination, Happy Learning Academy offers general English courses, business English course, English for IT, medicine, aviation, and police, which are kind of unique courses here in the Philippines. So, whatever you may need in terms of English language study, HLA is always here for you and happy to assist on your way towards your goals. Contact the school right away to get the detailed consultation and reserve your course. And hope to see you here soon. Bye-bye.